We know that customers want personalization. 86% say it influences purchasing decisions, and 73% say they prefer to work with businesses who actually make a personalized experience. We all know it's out there. We all know people want these personalized experiences, but the question becomes, how do you leverage the data that you have to make it actionable, to actually make personalized experiences and create that engagement and that relationship across the board? So what I want to do is show you a quick demo on how we're making that happen. So what you see here is a fictitious hotel site called the Mina Sovereign that we've developed. It's a luxury boutique hotel that's in Santa Monica, California. And so when we go in to say, if this is the experience for an anonymous user, if you will, how could that change based on someone's personality insights? So when we start to think about what makes up a person, what makes up their psychographic profile, if you will, we look at certain features here. So we have openness, conscientiousness, across the board here, extroversion, agreeableness, neuroticism. And so we start to look at this scale and how that might change. So when we think about a particular persona, so let's say this is Jenna, right? She has a high openness scale. So she's open to new opportunities. She likes to explore. She wants to be surprised, and she wants to get to the bottom of things across the board. Conscientiousness, well, this means that she's a planner. She likes things planned out. She doesn't want to be disrupted across the board. How does the experience change for her? Well, you can see it looks different, right? It feels different. The Mina Sovereign took the responsibility of actually creating things for her, like reservations, and we'll get into that in just a minute. If you look at Sarah, who is the next person we put in there, we put in her Twitter handle, and we were able to see differing personality insights. So this is a different person here. She gets a different experience across the board. You can see she's a little less open. She has a high scale of conscientiousness as we get to the middle, but you can also see that she likes experiences. She's an extrovert. She likes to get out there and see what's happening. So we might show her imagery that's more about the world around her and how she might explore. This is how the personality insights piece of cognitive works. We use this index, which is from the National Psychiatric Index, to be able to understand who our customers are and how we can better engage with them. So if we take these two examples and just explore them a little further, we have Jenna. She's married, she's 33. She likes brands that bring value to her. She likes upscale brands, but she wants to know that they're value, that what she's getting from them is of quality, it has a high expectation that they are going to deliver for her. Sarah is in a relationship. She is much more of an open person. She loves brands that make her feel good, that allow for self-expression across the board. She's a photographer and loves art as well. If we compare the two profiles side by side, you can see that while they're roughly the same age and went to similar schools or otherwise, they're actually very different people. So you can see again that Jenna has this conscientiousness piece to her. Again, that means she's a planner. She's a little more type A. She doesn't want to be disrupted in her travel experience as much. And then on the neuroticism scale, which really means less about how neurotic you really are, to how stressed do you get, right? Like how do certain situations stress you out? She's about right in the middle there. When we look at Sarah, we can see that Sarah has a very high openness scale. So due to the fact that she is a photographer and she likes to get out there, she has the ability to want to absorb what's around her and be open to new opportunities. And then, of course, there's the extroversion scale. And when we think about this, when we think about an extrovert, someone who gets their energy from other people, she likes to be part of the world and see what's out there. So if we look more closely at how the experience changes, we can see how that piece works. So this, again, is the Mina Sovereign site. You can see it's got beautiful imagery. You can reserve a room. You can reserve services, get more information about the hotel. This is what an anonymous browser would see. But once someone logs in, If we were to look at Jenna, for instance, we can actually anticipate that she's going to want a hassle-free travel experience. She's going to want everything taken care of for her. We know when she's coming. We know when she's going. We know she's attending a conference nearby. So how can we, as her hotel, anticipate what her needs might be? We start to think about car service. How can we set that up for her? We know she's going to want breakfast in the morning. Let's make sure that's set as well. She's told us that she's a Netflix customer, and we asked, would you like us to preload your Netflix onto your TV in your room? Would this make it easier, give you the creature comforts of home? All of these kinds of services can help provide that right experience, that unique experience for Jenna across the board. So in as much as it's about what does the site feel like, look like, it's also about what services, what offers might she be open to. From Sarah's perspective, again, she's very open. She's interested in unique experiences. Here we see much more bold imagery. So how does she see the world around her? How does she get involved? What kind of experience is she looking for? Well, we know she wants to feel relaxed. She wants to feel, and how can we set up a cabana for her at the pool? Get her out there, get her excited. Maybe give her a free drink because she's going to want more. She likes to be social. She likes to be around people. So how do we change the experience accordingly for her to be able to do that? These are just a few examples of how you can leverage personality insights, the psychographic information about your customers to truly change the experiences, the services you provide, the products you offer to them to provide that engaging experience